USA, USA, USA. OMB here. Yeah, I've been enjoying the Olympics. I like the Winter Olympics. I like the Summer Olympics too. So here's something for you. Tell me you're over 50 without telling me you're over 50. How about the fact that my wife and I, for at least the last, I don't know, definitely since the Olympics have been started, our nightly ritual has been eat early dinner, go watch Jeopardy, followed by Wheel of Fortune, and then fall asleep to the Olympics. That's old people stuff right there, right? But it's been great. I love Jeopardy, by the way. It's hard. You always feel dumb watching Jeopardy, and then you feel much smarter when you watch Wheel of Fortune afterwards because the level of participants are way different. Also, like the best and worst part of Jeopardy are the cringy interviews that they do that he does after like the first half of a round. He goes to each person and they have this stupid little anecdote that they tell, and you can just tell that these people are complete social, just very awkward. They'll be like, I understand you had an interesting time in college. Tell me about that. Well, yeah, my roommate and I, one time we put these ramen noodles in the microwave, and sure enough, they exploded all over our room. And then he'll try to like follow it up with like a snappy retort and be like, "Oh, well, I guess you were just noodling around." It's the best and worst part of Jeopardy at the same time. It's like you can't turn away, right? Like a car wreck. And then the contestants on Wheel of Fortune you just want to like yell at them. The clue will be like blank APPY blank IRTHDAY, and they'll be like, "I'd like to solve Lappy Girth Day," and you're just like, "Oh my God, these idiots!" I also miss. I was just talking to somebody about this recently. The old school Wheel of Fortune. I think Pat Sajak was still the host, but this is going back some time. You, instead of winning the money, you used to have to spend the money. And they would, after the person would win the round, they would have that amount of money, and then they would show them like this little set with all these things that they could buy with price tags on them, and they would have to spend the money. It was like you were at the Wildwood Boardwalk where you have a certain amount of tickets points and you have to spend them. They'd be like, I'll take the range for 500. Okay, you've got 1,200 left. Okay, I'll take the set of bikes for 250, and then they would get down and be like, okay, you have $200 left, and the only thing left for $200 would be like this horrible, I don't know, ceramic dog or something. And they'll be like, okay, I'll take the dog for 200, but you had to spend like all, and then it'll be like, okay, we'll give you the other 50 and a gift certificate. That was the best part of that show. For those of you who don't remember it, I feel bad for you because that was the best part of the show. Look it up sometime on YouTube. It's great. So what else? Yeah, like I said, then we've been watching the Olympics. And the Olympics, I enjoy the Winter Olympics. It's like the countries, we really leave out a lot of countries though, right? Like obviously Cuba is not putting somebody into, the biathlon. Or any South American countries are just like, we're just staying home. Biathlon, by the way, that's been kind of enjoyable to watch. Try it. You might like it. Although completely misnamed. I mean, let's call this sport what it is. It's really not a sport. This event should be called World's Best Assassin because it's not a sport. It's an assassination attempt is what it is. Like these people, they ski as fast as they can, and then they crouch down into a sniper position and shoot a target like hundreds of yards away, and then get up and ski away as fast as they can. That's not a sport. That's an assassination attempt. I mean, how many high schools do you know that have the biathlon team? None, right? It's meant for like the CIA and things like that. What other sports have I been enjoying? Of course, luge, right? You can't stay away from that. That's, who was the crazy bastard who was just like the first one to be like, you know what? I'm going to get on this sled that's just two razors and go down this ice chute as fast as I can. Who was that psycho? And then somebody else, they were like, even better. You know what? I'm going to do it, but I'm going to go head first. And we're going to call it skeleton. How about that, maniac? But wait. And then somebody said, hold my beer. You know what, Jim? Come lay on top of me. Come on, lay on top of me. We're going down together. We're going to luge together. Doubles luge. What's next? How are they going to outdo that? Mixed 69 luge. Think about that. Mixed couples 69 luge is the only way you can outdo the doubles luge now. What other sports? And of course, curling, right? Curling is always controversial around this time of year because people love it, and then there's people that hate it. I've enjoyed it, you know? But the thing with curling is it's so obviously a sport that should involve beer, right? I mean, all the curling clubs, you think the Minnesota Curling Club, where apparently all these people come from, you think they're not sitting there like downing beers the entire time that they're playing this? So they should just carry that over to the Olympics. I actually saw a clip from a guy from like the 70s, Olympic curler, who was, he had a cigarette in his mouth as he was curling. I'm like, that's what this should be. You know, just have him out there getting hammered, honestly. Like just, you know, can you imagine the announcer to be like, and he releases the stone. Oh, he's down. Oh, he's down. He's stumbling. He's not able to get up. Yeah, curling should definitely have like the little beer thing there, where you know, like when you're playing horseshoes and you got the little stand for your beer. They should have that. What else is up? I don't know. I think we're going to add a new segment to OMB, the OMB show here, and I think we're going to call it, I don't know about you, but... So I've got a couple for you. I don't know about you, but I don't know how Boss Hogg's suit stayed so white with all that mud in Hazard County. These are the things that keep me up at night. I used to argue with Frank about that one all the time. What else? I don't know about you, but it annoys the hell out of me that it sometimes takes longer to buy deodorant than it does weed. There's nothing that drives me more crazy than going into a CVS and everything's freaking locked up, especially like the deodorant is locked up. And then you have to sit there and you're hitting the damn button. It's like, deodorant, help in aisle 6, deodorant. And no one comes for like 15 minutes. You know, you're running around the store like, can somebody just let me in and let me get this goddamn deodorant? Come on. Do better, CVS. What do you really have to lock up the deodorant? I don't know about you, but people who park like this and take up 2 parking spots on purpose should get their ass kicked. Period. Like, is your car really that much better? Is it really that important that you need to take up 2 parking spots, you prick? This one popped into my head the other day. I don't know about you, but personally, I think Mary Stuart Masterson's tomboy character in Some Kind of Wonderful was way hotter than Leah Thompson's character, like the prom queen or whatever. It was a no-brainer, right? I mean, oh, Watts, you vixen. You can bang my drums any day. I always thought so. What else? I don't know about you, but I think some of the best beers are shower beers. That is a thing. Yeah, so those are just some of my thoughts lately that keep me awake at night. Enjoy the Winter Olympics. I can't wait for hockey. Medal rounds coming up soon. USA. OMB out.